What's up, everyone? Little different video here. I'm actually filming this one on my phone, so if it looks a little different, that's why. But I didn't bring the GoPro. Battery was dead in it, so I don't have the GoPro on me. So here you get one on my phone. It's okay, these phones they can do some good filming now. So guys, I am at a pretty cool farm here. I wanted to show you guys two things. I'm gonna try to get where I can show you. So as y'all can see behind me, first off, hey, thanks for tuning into the channel. Glad to have you. I'm gonna stand up here, kind of climb up on my truck. If I don't fall off of here, make good content. All right, you can see this place is pretty woolly. Well, this is a farm. I guess I could actually show you. All right, there you go. You can see it's pretty dang grown up. Well, this used to be a pasture. It was all pasture ground. And they've taken it, they wanted to take it out of pasture. They kind of cut back on the cattle a pretty good bit. And they wanted to go the row crop route, which is good for me because I'm a row cropper. So they asked me if I would be interested in working this place. Definitely was. And it's a pretty substantial amount of ground, especially for me. It's probably, I don't know, it'll be a couple hundred acres at least. And so I'm excited to get to work on it, but you can see it needs a lot of work just to get it into shape. There's trees that have grown up on it. Just your typical thing that happens when you take a farm out. I mean, if you take cows off a farm or whatever, that's just what happens. It grows up. If you don't plant anything on it, it grows up. It's the way it goes. So the cool thing is it afforded me to make another purchase that I needed on the farm. I needed the acres to spread out some equipment costs. And I have a Trackhoe. I've got a Volvo 330 that I've been using on another farm that I'm clearing. I think I've shown you guys it. But it's about 130 acres, and it needs, I mean, it's gonna take me a couple years still to get that place done. Well, I've been kind of debating what I wanted to do as far as with this. A lot of little saplings, like if I can show you here. All right, y'all can kind of see some of these little small trees. I don't know if there may not be a sapling, but there's a lot of these little trees like this right here, just all coming up out there. I came in here and I sprayed a very hot dose of chemical on this place. Yes, I know, the horrible chemical I did. I sprayed Roundup, some Fire Zone, a little other stuff, trying to really put the hurt on them. It didn't touch those trees. It knocked some of the leaves off of them, and that's that. So the route that I'm gonna have to go is I'm gonna actually have to come in here with a disc and disc it up really hard to try to kill those trees and get rid of them, because I can't come in here and plant it right now. It'd mess up my planter and it would be terrible on my combine. It's no telling how many knives I would break trying to harvest it. So that was not an option. Now, being that it was pasture, there's random trees and stuff around, and with row crop, you want it all as open as humanly possible. And the trees, they zap the water out of the ground. There's a lot of reasons you want to open things up. So without further ado, you've kind of seen some snippets. I got to add this to the mix. Show you a better view. All right, it's a Deere 200D LC. My other Trackhoe is too big. Never thought I would say something like that about a Trackhoe or a piece of equipment, because it's like the bigger the better. That's how I've always felt. And for what I use my Trackhoe for, it does do great. But this Trackhoe, in comparison to my other one, my Volvo, it weighs about, gosh, excuse me. My Volvo weighs about 85,000 pounds. This Trackhoe weighs around 50,000 pounds. I cannot legally move my Volvo. I don't have oversized load permits, so I can't move it. I can't do any, like, it has to stay where it is unless I hired somebody with oversized permits to come move it, which is very expensive. So this Trackhoe will allow me to be able to move it around, and it's going to really open a lot of doors for me as far as farming goes, because I will now be able to do a lot of work on the farms that I have picked up. If they need some Trackhoe work. We got bulldozers, but I love a Trackhoe. And this thing here is, for me, it is super nice. It's a 2007 model, but it's been taken really good care of. And the undercarriage, like on a Trackhoe, one of the big things you look for is this right here. All right, these sprockets, see they're still flat. You can tell they're flat on top. When they're getting really wore out, they'll actually get pointy and they'll be sharp, and your chain can start to slip. And that's when you got to get a new undercarriage. And a new undercarriage on a Trackhoe or a bulldozer can cost you $20,000. And not to mention, it's a pain in the butt because you have to actually break the track, meaning you have to take the bolts out of here, lay over this track, and this is all metal. It weighs a freaking ton. Pull the front idler out. The idlers, a lot of times when we replace sprockets, we usually end up having to replace the idlers because we've had an idler out. I have no clue about that on this machine, like cost wise, but I know they can be $20,000 for a complete undercarriage. So thankfully this one don't have that. It's got about 6,800 hours on it, and it looks freaking good, especially considering that it's got 6,800 hours on it. It's got the manual thumb. Show you guys this right here. You've probably seen the normal bucket like that on a Trackhoe. My other Trackhoe and this one now, they both have this right here. That's a manual thumb on them. For what I use it for, I have to have that, because taking down trees, it allows you to grab the trees and hold them, which is pretty cool. This one has these cutter blades on the bucket. My other one does not have that, and I've noticed it'll cut a tree in half just about, which I'm assuming is the purpose. But it's really nice. I'll show you guys the interior. I mean, I can't get over the condition. The tracks look great, and I mean, this interior looks phenomenal. Got like a vinyl leathery looking seat. But you can tell, I mean, this thing has been really taken good care of. Crank it up for y'all. She fires right up. The air conditioner works. This thing has heated seats. I don't know if they work yet. I haven't tried them out because it's not cold. But heated seats in the freaking Trackhoe. I mean, I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm pretty pumped to put it to work though. It's about I don't remember, 150 horsepower, maybe 130 horse. I don't remember the exact horsepower on it, but it's a really sweet machine. I think for what I'm going to need it to do, it'll be awesome, be a great machine for me. I just wanted to hop on here and show you guys my latest addition to the farm. Can't really show you operating it because I'm having my phone, so I can't really hold the phone and run this at the same time, considering a Trackhoe has two handles here and then right here, and that's how you run the thing. So it's definitely a two-hand job. But this big tree that you see right here, my plan is to get it out of the way to start. I want to get it over out of the way, kind of let me get familiar with the Trackhoe because they're all a little different. It's a little quicker than my Volvo is, but it is so much smoother. It's not a knock on Volvo. My Volvo actually has about 2,000 less hours than this, or maybe about 1,000 less hours than this machine. So it's got less hours. Now this one is newer. This one's 3 years newer. But yeah, I'm liking how everything feels. It's all tight. The controls work really well. I'll have to show you guys kind of operating it when I get my GoPro back out. But the Trackhoe is, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of it. I think it's going to have plenty of power. You know, I'm coming from that Volvo, which has about 240 or 250 horsepower, if I remember right. So it's got a substantial amount of horsepower more than this, but that's just because it's such a monstrous Trackhoe. So I think that I'll be pretty happy with this Trackhoe, especially considering I will be able to move this one around and be able to use it on other farms. It's gonna open a whole host of things for me to do and to be better for my landowners. All right, that makes me feel pretty good. If you can tell, that's a pretty large part of the tree there, and the old Trackhoe's handling it pretty well. Again, I'm trying to take down this big tree that's fallen right there, but I got a big part of this tree, making pretty good work of it. Just got to figure out how to get that down. But I'm impressed with the power. I think she's going to be okay. It's a used machine. If the hose blows right now, I ain't gonna cry about it. It comes with the territory. So far, she's rolling good, and I'm glad to put it to work. This farm here is something I was excited to kind of show because it's a work in progress, which I really enjoy because it's something really fascinating and rewarding. Not fascinating, something rewarding about taking a place that's kind of in need of some things and building them back up. So I plan to get out here soon, fly the drone over it, kind of get some footage like that, and try to showcase a little bit of the process of what it's like to put the farm into a new, like kind of change it up like that. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I know this is a short video, but I just wanted to show you my Deere 200D. Please hit that like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you.